Hey guys, welcome to this episode of the TGE Travel Chronicles. As you can see, it's been a while since we've been out anywhere and traveled. But gotta keep talking about travel. Once we're all out of this quarantine life. So I got my good friend, Mr. Patrick
Hey,
Patterson, online today. Talk about travel, quarantine life. It's
yes, sir.
been a month now, I believe,
Yeah, you
ish.
turned into Beard Man.
I did. I ended up growing out this quarantine beard just because, it's one of the few times I can, just because, no one at work can tell me, hey, you gotta keep it trimmed, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. I could be like, I'm just gonna pull a Tom Hanks and just grow a castaway beard, just
Yeah, just go all the way down to your feet,
yep. Pull a I'm gonna do a Moses beard. I'm gonna get a staff eventually, I'm just gonna do that. So
and then eventually you just let your mustache part grow, and then cut everything off and let that keep going. Yep.
we'll do along like Fu Manchu. Just
Yeah. How's life been for you, brother?
uh quarantine life's been all right. It's been okay. It's been a little rough because not traveling, you're not going anywhere, you're not seeing anything, you're not doing anything exciting. But just been keeping busy. Around the house and housekeeping and cooking. I've been really good at cooking. Licking. We're all gonna be
Yeah,
excellent
me too.
chefs. We're gonna by the time we're gonna be out of this. So
All the restaurants are gonna go out of business now once this quarantine is over because I've been cooking. I've been cooking like, for example, out of my Ninja Turtles cookbook.
oh, dude, that's amazing.
Yeah, so it's got a bunch of like pizza recipes and stuff like that in here. Hold on, let me find one. So it teaches you how to make pizza sauce and just a bunch of different things in here. Oh, some pictures. Like, look at that
Oh,
bad boy
deep
right there.
dished goulash. Psh, man, that looks ridiculously awesome.
My favorite thing in here actually is, which I've made before and I was gonna make again, is pizza ramen soup.
How is the pizza ramen soup? That's different.
It's good if you like ramen, which I do, and if you like pizza, like I
Dude,
do. It's the perfect combination.
there you
It
go.
sounds weird at first, but it's really good. It's really good. It's like, I don't know, eating pizza soup. So, yeah, I mean, that might not sound appeasing, but pizza soup, it's good. So, I advise anybody that wants to try it. Ninja Turtles cookbook. You will not be disappointed.
Pizza soup works. So if you like pizza soup, check it out. But yeah, give me that recipe afterwards because I'm actually a little curious about how that's going to turn out. Man, who would have thought that our last trip together?
To you right now because
Oh, you're gonna give it to me right now?
yeah, I'm gonna give it to you
There
right
you
now,
go.
dude. Like, I'm gonna take a picture of it because I will forget. Because I have horrible memory. Well, and now you will have. Let's see. Let's write in your name first. Snake. Snake. All right, it should be on the way.
Sweet.
Should be on.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
On this.
So our last time together was February. We were in Malaga and Gibraltar and Madrid, and
Yeah,
that was a pretty good trip. I really enjoyed that trip a lot. And
yeah, Gibraltar was fun.
even though all the craziness was going on in the world a little bit, and like we didn't understand like how serious the situation was really, it was a good trip. Like Gibraltar was surprisingly
Yeah,
amazing just because the monkeys. I didn't realize like how many
yeah.
wild monkeys lived on the top of the rock of Gibraltar. And
They just jump right on your shoulder, and they're pretty cool, man. That was actually a bucket list item of mine. I really wanted to have one of those pictures, where the monkeys are sitting up on top of your shoulder, and so I got to achieve that, which is really cool. So
that was amazing. And it was funny though because originally we were going to go up uh, by ourselves just because they have a cable car line that goes up and then you have to walk the rest of the way up. And some tour guides are trying to hit us up like, oh hey, take our vans up, and it's this much, and you're gonna save money. And we're like, man, nah, this is not a good idea.
Yeah,
This is a scam. They're gonna freaking go up to the top of the mountain and be like, all right, cool. Like I told you, I'll take you up. I didn't say anything about taking you back.
yeah,
um, But no, the guy was amazing because he knew all the monkeys. He's like, oh yeah, this is a little one. It's too small to do this and that. Like he goes up there every day and he's like, oh, I've been doing this for years and I know all the monkeys and like the monkeys know him. They know to run to him because he's always got snacks and stuff for him. And he's like, well, I'm not really supposed to do this, but they only feed the monkeys in the morning and they take off and no one's there monitoring. So it was that was
yeah.
so that was really.
We got lucky.
Oh yeah, we got like super lucky. That was an amazing freaking tour. And see the Pillars of Hercules and then the mountain across the way in Morocco to see Africa, with all the clouds and then just the peak
Yeah,
sticking out.
the peak of the mountain in Africa. That was awesome. That whole trip was good. Malaga was fun, but Gibraltar was definitely one of my favorite spots. And when we went to, did we go to? Was it Madrid or was
Well,
it?
we did Madrid and then the palace was in the Alhambra.
Yeah, but I wanted to say Madrid because that restaurant we went to was so
Oh
good.
yeah. So that was by luck too because we were trying to find a place to eat. It was over a weekend, so a lot of the stuff was closed. And I just whipped out TripAdvisor and like, all right, best restaurants closest to me, and I found this one place. It was a Colombian restaurant. It was kind of like a
Yeah,
South
it was
Central
good.
American, North South American like cuisine restaurant.
Hmm.
And I'm like, okay, we might as well check it out. And dude, it everything and anything on that menu was amazing. The drinks were amazing. The food was awesome. And
Because we had what, 6 people, and I remember Tito was there, and he got the sample platter, so he had samples of everything, and then everybody got their own little meals, and it was all good, dude. It was all
oh yeah, everything was good.
good. It
Even when
was
Tito got the sample platter, he's like, oh my god, this tastes like home. And Tito's from Panama, and he's like, dude, this is like the stuff I would have at home. And so like it was all real good food. It was real good
yeah,
stuff.
definitely a good trip. And then that was in February, and then a couple weeks after that, I went to London, which was amazing. That was a great trip. All the food was amazing. I looked up restaurants, and we found a bunch of places, and it was fun. We went to Harry Potter World and saw the studio and see how they made the movies and everything. It was
How
great,
was
dude.
that? Because I'm sad to say I'm not much of a Harry Potter fan. Well, at least I'll take that back. I wasn't until last weekend, or 2 weekends ago. The USA Network had a marathon of all the Harry Potter movies, and of course, I already put through
Yeah.
my DVR, and I got nothing else to watch, and I already burnt through a whole bunch of stuff on Netflix. So I'm like, you know what? I haven't seen any of these movies. I really wasn't a huge fan, and I just sat there and literally binged all the movies on the USA Network for a couple of hours easily, like half a day. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wow. I'm
I've
like,
only seen I've only seen the first 5 Harry Potters, strangely enough. And I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, but when something like that presents itself, it's like you got to take the opportunity to go see it. It's like, when will I ever be over here again? Well, when will I be this close to Harry Potter Studios or Warner Brothers Studios or whatever to see this? So I'm like, definitely got to take a chance to go see it again. I mean, not again, but for the first time. If I was to go again or go over there again, I would see it again.
and that's the crazy thing because I had the opportunity to a couple of years ago, but I really wasn't a huge fan. So me and a couple other people in the group split off and we went and took the train to Dover and saw the cliffs of Dover. So I had an opportunity and I never took it. And I was just like, oh man, like that kind of hurts me now a little bit. But
And that's something you have to take the whole day to do. And I mean like the whole day. And I advise everybody that's thinking about going over there, get the VIP passes. It's worth it. You get to skip all the lines. You get there's a bunch of different lines you can skip. You get free food, free drink, and you get to walk around and take your time and look at stuff. So it's pretty cool. VIP is the way to go.
there you go, take it from the man. VIP is the way to go. Another thing about the Harry Potter, the Hogwarts train, it's actually a real train up in Scotland, and they actually run it over the summer to like through different towns in Scotland. And my wife really, really, really wants to do that. So once this whole quarantine's over, Scotland is definitely on the list because to actually take the train and check it out. And That'd be pretty cool. So
Yeah, I want to go up to Canada and Wyoming, Montana, Alaska. Those are all places I want to go. I just want to be outdoors and go to all the national parks I can go to and just enjoy the sun and the hopefully nice weather.
right. I mean, hopefully this will be over with soon, but it's like no one knows. No one knows. Like it's I think you have a better chance of picking winning lottery numbers than figuring out exactly what this is all going to be over. So,
I know. It's like you know how people take pools on like when somebody's gonna give birth.
yeah.
Like, oh, I think it's gonna be June. Like people should start doing that. Like, I think it's gonna be May 1st. I think it's gonna be January 1st. I don't think it's gonna be until 2025.
Dude, if it's 2025, I'm going to go just mentally nuts. So, yeah. Like,
But yeah, man, I miss traveling, even though it's only been a month and a half. I miss it.
I do too. I miss it a lot too, but the big money savings though, like I haven't been spending as much money on it, and all of a sudden it's like, oh wow, I actually have a bank account. Like this is kind of weird. Like,
Yeah. Not living like paycheck to paycheck and eating at McDonald's in London just to survive, you know?
right? You're like, oh wow, okay, this is how real adults live. Okay, like,
Oh man, we were supposed to go to the Olympics this year and we're not even gonna be able to do that.
oh, right, and it's like, I want to do the Olympics. That's rescheduled for next year. There's a World's Fair in Dubai at the end of this year. They're talking about rescheduling that an extra year. And they still do World Expos, like the whole Space Needle in Seattle was because of the World's Fair. Golden Gate Park in San Francisco was from the World's Fair. Balboa Park in San Diego was from a World's Fair. So these World's Fairs really have a lot of impact in those cities that host them. And they still have them. It's just that the United States is not really well known because the last one held in the United States was in 85, 86 in New Orleans.
Oh
And
wow.
they still have them. They rotate them every 5 years. And they might push it out another year. And so it's like, man, my whole 2020 schedule is like, nope, slate clean. Sorry, got nothing going on. So,
Man, it's like everything I had planned is just out the window. I wanted to go to WrestleMania. Of course, they didn't have fans there. I wanted like Olympics, Oktoberfest. We had a lot of things planned.
oh, don't even. Yeah, Oktoberfest got canceled too, but which is understandable though because it takes 3 months to build the tents. Like because the
Yeah.
park that's in it's actually a fairgrounds, but there's nothing there, and it takes them 3 months to build everything. So it's like they have to kind of call it either now or soon. Like, okay, do we start building, or because if we can't make it by a certain time, then we're not going to be ready in time. So, which is understandable, but still, it's rough because Oktoberfest is amazing. I went 8-9 years ago.
Because it's actually at the end of September. Is that correct?
It's actually end of September, beginning of October, I believe. So it starts in late September, but then it rolls into early October. But yeah, I went a couple of years ago and it was amazing. It was a great time. Even though I don't drink alcohol, I still had a great time with the food and the people and the partying. I mean, there's a couple tents out there that are like, there's more traditional Oktoberfest tents where it's like German music and stuff. And then there's more of like the more current pop culture tents where like they're playing current music and people are up on the tables dancing and like it's insane and it's amazing. It's a great time. It really is amazing. And disappointed it's not going to be held this year because I was looking forward to going this year too. And I even had an offer a couple months ago that someone that works with us had, not them, but someone they know had Oktoberfest tickets and they were trying to offload them like, hey, we got tickets for like VIP in these tents, this and that. Do you want them? And of course I was like, I don't know if I want to commit because it's like, I didn't know what my plans were. But this was like a couple months ago. This is back like November, December of last year. And so I didn't know if I wanted to commit. And I'm like, I'll get back to you, And now I'm like, man, that would have sucked if I'd be like, oh, yeah, here, sure. Yeah, I'll take those tickets on, no problem. And it's like, man, we're supposed to live our best life in Spain. They canceled the running of the bulls. They canceled the tomato throwing festival. And it's like, dude, like I want to run with the bulls and I want to just throw tomatoes at people. Like we were supposed to live our best lives at these festivals, and they canceled everything.
Now it's like we gotta hope that it comes back to normal next year so we can do it. But who knows? Like, there's no telling. There's no
Hey,
telling. That's why all the things that we did do already, all the places we have traveled to, I'm even more grateful because if stuff never goes back to normal or it takes a long, long time for it to go back to normal, yeah, at least we got all these
this
experiences,
is
you know?
true, but you know what? I'm totally okay wearing a full hazmat suit, running with the bulls. You know, I could be like, you know, like
It has to be an all red hazmat suit though.
I like that idea. It has to be an all red hazmat suit, running with the bulls. Crazy.
Yeah, definitely have to do that. But you know what? We got to keep some positive thinking going, you know, and just hope. Oh, because there's no telling. There's no telling what's going to happen. States are starting to open up. We're going to see what that's going to be like for them out there. You know, California's still on lockdown, but we'll see.
I'm not fully 100% convinced until there's a vaccine or something where it's like, okay, this is manageable, or there's a treatment plan where it's like, okay, even if you do get sick, like it's not going to be as severe. Because there's
Yeah,
like, there's reports coming out now where it's like, you know, even if you do get sick, like it messes up your kidneys, it messes up your liver, like it messes up all different organs in your body too. And so it's like, okay, like I don't want to be a guinea pig and figure out like after the fact what happens. Like, hey, you survived, but you got these laundry lists of issues now. So,
yeah,
so I'm not down for that.
definitely.
Not down for that. But where do you want to go after quarantine's done? So once, you know, they're like, hey, there's a vaccine, you know, there's a little patch with micro needles now, which is funny because University of Pittsburgh is coming out with a vaccine, which is a patch with micro needles in it to give you the vaccine, which I'm okay with because I hate needles more than anything else in the world. Like I hate veins, blood, needles. Like I just, not happening. But if they do come out with a vaccine, be like, hey, you're free to go anywhere in the world, where would you go? Where would you start?
I would definitely go somewhere there that I could see the Northern Lights because I've never seen them before, and I really want to see them. Like go camping, whether it's Alaska or you know wherever I could see them. I definitely want to do that, or I want to go to Yellowstone
There you go.
Park, and I just want to explore the outside. So, but what
Iceland.
about
I want
you?
to go back to Iceland because Iceland's just a beautiful country. I absolutely love it, and you can see Northern Lights in Iceland in the winter. It's real easy. Um, Iceland, Amsterdam, like that one trip we took where we were just hanging out there for a little bit. Like, I miss Amsterdam. Um, man, what I really want to do though, like you know, I've been to those places before, but like new place, like I want to definitely check out like you know somewhere in the South Pacific, like Fiji or Tahiti, or we can do if South African Airways is still in business, like go to do a safari in Africa. Go check out like some lions and stuff, you know.
No, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Like we could take pictures with lions, like the Tiger King, you know, Joe Exotic.
There you go. And I'm like talking like,
Oh, Norway.
and I'm talking like doing our own safari, like you know, like rent a big ass truck with like a tent on the roof and stuff, so that way the tigers can't try to get you, like you know, four wheeling out in the wild.
We got to at least have pieces of meat hanging on the side so we can get them to come up to us.
I'm not sure if that's the best idea in the world, but you know, hey, whatever it takes, right?
I saw it on an episode of Wild Boys. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
I saw it on TV once. I'm pretty sure it will be good.
Yeah, I saw it on TV. It's good.
Man.
Yeah, Norway's another place.
Yes.
So I've never been to Norway. I definitely want to go to Norway. I see so many beautiful pictures online, and it's just like, and Hawaii. I want to go back to Hawaii. You were supposed to go to Hawaii for your birthday, right?
I was supposed to go to Hawaii for my birthday, and then that got canceled, obviously, because of the whole quarantine order for Hawaii. And yeah, I'm disappointed. I was supposed to go to Hawaii for my birthday. That didn't happen. I was supposed to go to Canada to renew my daughter's Nexus card for the global entry program. That got canceled. So I'm like, wow, man, everything got canceled. Come again?
Canada? That
Well,
in
with
Canada?
Nexus, it's the Canadian program, and it includes global entry too. So it's cheaper. It's $50 for 5 years instead of $100 for 5 years. But you have to go up to Canada to do it, or one of the closest border towns.
So what do you do? Like go to Vancouver or you?
Go to Vancouver,
Oh,
or you can go to Blaine, Washington. But Blaine is like a 2.5 hour drive away from Seattle.
it's what is it like an hour and a half flight from Seattle to Vancouver?
Actually, from our area in Sacramento, we have a nonstop flight, and it's about 2 hours and 15 minutes. So our flight from here to yeah.
That's not bad at all. We should just go there just to go there.
Oh yeah, I absolutely want to do it just to go and do it once this is all over with, because Vancouver is a beautiful city with so much to do and see, and it's like, man, like I just want to get out and just do stuff, and like, once this quarantine's over, like, however long I'm in, that's how long I'm gonna be out. If I'm in quarantine for 3 months, I'm gonna be traveling the world for 3 months. If I'm in for 6 months, I'm gonna be gone for half a year.
Come back with no job. He's like, it was worth it. Yeah, man, I miss it. I miss hanging out with you and Mike and Tito.
I know our travel crew, which they need to get on the podcast. Mike and Tito, that's a call out for you. Hit me back up. Get the four of us together.
Yeah. Bet you Mike's somewhere like dancing on top of a mountain, looking out into the distance.
He might be. I mean, he might be evading the quarantine order and just doing his own thing.
Yeah. Mike's like, there ain't no such thing as quarantine. Probably hanging out with his snake friends. Him and Tito.
Yep, the real snakes of the crew.
Let's talk about how you ditched me and Tito for first class. Coming back from, where was it, France? Yeah, tell that story. How you could have gotten us first class, but you did it.
Well, it's not my fault that I have friends at certain places that could do certain things for me. And, the boarding agent, when they cleared us, didn't notice that, like, oh, business class. Like, all right, whatever, here you go. And then they're like, wait a second, like 6A, what the hell is this? And we're like, I don't know what happened. Like, oh, you're going to get us a first class, right? Be like, oh, yeah, totally. Like, I'm going to go sweet talk him. I'll try to see what's up.
Oh, man. This guy. Fun time.
That was a great trip in business class. You told me not to have the Sunday, but I still had the Sunday, though. So,
I know. You looked at, like, there was a curtain. And the curtain was going back and forth like this, and we could see you standing from your seat just... Oh, would you like another Chardonnay? I don't drink, but sure. Hold over your shoulder.
Yeah, you guys are just sitting there just like this the whole time. And I'm over here just like, lay flat bed, like...
At least we had our own rows, though.
That was nice. That was convenient. So, but yeah, that whole trip was cool. The whole Amsterdam, Brussels, Paris, because we're supposed to go to Kazakhstan for the World's Fair in God, it seems like forever, but it was only 2 years ago, 2018. 2018, that was just under 2 years ago. Jeez. And get to Amsterdam, the flights were kind of tight coming out of Kazakhstan, so it's like, do you guys really want to go to Kazakhstan? Because it may not happen, so we ended up just staying in Europe. But of course, I didn't tell the guys, another snake move, until after we got on the plane in Portland to get to Amsterdam.
Yeah, when we get to Amsterdam, he's like, oh, guys, if we go to Kazakhstan, we won't be able to get home for a week. And we're like, why wouldn't you tell us that when we were in America? We could have either went back home or went somewhere else. But no, we're stuck here now in Amsterdam, because if we go anywhere else, we'll have no way to get home.
See, at least we're stuck in Europe, though, so that's that wasn't that bad.
Could have been anywhere, man, somewhere worse.
Yeah, we could have been stuck in El Salvador, I guess. I mean,
I actually want to visit El Salvador one day.
Yeah, I want to go check it out and see what's happening, what's up over there. I mean, I've been to Belize and people talk mad stuff about Belize City, like, oh, Belize City is terrible. You need to get out. Like, you need to go to the islands, this and that. And it's like, didn't feel that bad in Belize. So
I want to go everywhere, man. There's so many places I haven't been that I want to go.
I want
Like,
to go to Brazil because I went during the Olympics, and of course everything was like all like Olympic-fied. Like there's like no crime on the street, and there's like nothing going on, and everything. They got police and military on every corner. But it's like I want to see like the real Brazil. I want to see the real Rio.
you want to see crime and people getting robbed on the street? Is that where?
I guess just be like, hey, don't rob me. Like I'm not worth anything. I'm just here for the entertainment factor. So like.
They're gonna look at you like, like I'm not wearing shoes. My feet are just that hairy. And they're like, oh,
you know what? Never mind. I'll leave you alone.
Oh man.
God, that reminds me of a story about a couple of many years ago when I went to Mardi Gras for the first time. There was another guy with us. He works down in San Diego now, but some guy went up to him and was like, hey, I bet I know where you got your shoes. And he's like, wait, what? Like of course he was drunk and he's like, I know where you got your shoes. He's like, no, you don't. He's like, oh, they're on your feet. Like, okay, give me money. And of course he was drunk, so he's gonna try to get money. He's like, no, get the hell out. Like,
yeah, he tried to stick you guys. Yeah, that's crazy. Mardi Gras, my first time was with you, Mike, and there were a bunch of other people there. Man, that was so much fun. But it's too crowded now. It's like we went a couple times after that, but it's like
good thing we didn't go this year too, because we might have caught the COVID. We might have caught the Rona if we went this year. So might have been a good idea we didn't go.
Yeah, we were supposed to have the hotel with the balcony overlooking Bourbon Street, right?
I got lucky too because the hotel never got back to me because I was on a waiting list, but they never replied back to me, and I never heard anything about it. So I just let it go. I was just like, okay, like whatever. So good thing I didn't pursue it much further.
Yeah. Who knows? Even like next year, if things are kind of back to normal, people might not go. You might be able to get that room on Bourbon Street
and just start flinging beans with a big old bullhorn.
Like Jordan in his prime, just.
Oh no, or you just do the Kobe, just fade away over the balcony.
Oh man, I miss Kobe. R.I.P. Kobe.
R.I.P. Kobe, yes sir.
Oh,
2020's been a crazy year, man. Freaking almost start World War III. Kobe dies. Australia's on fire. Rona's going around. Like it's been a crazy year.
It's only April.
We're on level 4 of Jumanji right now. So I mean,
we're like, oh, it can't get worse. I look up in the sky and I see a meteor coming.
Either that or a freaking alien spaceship is kind of like,
Yeah. The day the Earth stood still.
Dang, man.
Yeah. I think this whole thing is just preparing everybody for zombies when the apocalypse finally happens.
There you go. I mean, it's a good. It's a good thing that like people are preparing themselves. At least the ones that are like, okay, like I need to do this, and that, because like a lot of us weren't prepared. People took everything for granted, and now it's like, okay, like I gotta rely on myself to cook and do this and that, and I mean it's kind of made people, I would say, better people, better humans.
Yeah. It also might be bad for some people. You might be stuck in the house with somebody and they don't know how to cook or clean and do nothing, and you're like, oh, I was gonna ask this person to marry me, but all of a sudden you're like, what? They don't cook, they don't clean, or they suck at cooking. They're a horrible person. I've been stuck in the house with them for a whole month. I don't want to spend my life with this person. I hate this person.
Well, at least that'd be a good thing to find out before you get married, not after. Because if you find out after you get married, then, well, you're going to have to write it out until after quarantine, because I'm not too sure about how the divorce proceedings are going at this point.
Yeah. Either the baby rate is going to be high or the divorce rate
One
is
or
going to
the
be high.
other. One or the other.
One or the other is going to happen. Yep. Can't wait to get back out. I actually want to go back to Blockbuster in
I am disappointed
Oregon.
I did not go on that trip. I want to go to Bend, Oregon too, and I totally want to check that out and see.
Dude, I just want to go to Bend, Oregon, not only to do Blockbuster, but like to go downhill mountain biking. They got stuff like that there, and this was supposed to be an outdoorsy year, and it turned into an indoorsy year.
Yeah, indoorsy, not by choice. So,
Yeah. Well, that's why you got to take every day for, take advantage of every day.
you have to. Absolutely, you have to.
Oh yeah. So let me ask you one more question. What's your favorite trip that you've ever been on?
That's a tough question because there's a lot of good trips.
What's the worst trip you've been on? That's probably easier.
I can say it, but I don't want the person to know that was the worst trip ever, so I'm going to refrain from that question. Because I'm like, ooh, I know exactly what it was, but I'm not going to say it.
Just text me when you get a chance.
I will let you know the full scoop on that one. But honestly, I like the Switzerland trip we did. Like the Switzerland trip with the mountain coaster and the chocolate tour and just like
part where we almost died.
I did not like that part.
Twice that day. So for anybody that doesn't know the story, we went to what was the city?
Kandersteg or Kandelensteg?
Kandersteg, something. Yeah. It was, sorry for the mispronunciation, but we went up there to ride the mountain coasters, right? And that was so much fun, beautiful scenery. But I actually fell off going down the mountain coaster. Yeah, Mike's behind me. He's yelling like, "Faster! Go faster! Faster!" And I'm thinking like, "Oh, I'm going too slow." So I'm taking the corners super fast. And then at one point, I take a corner, and then it's like an S turn, so it's like that super fast. So I fly up, and then the mountain coaster thing that you sit on comes back down, and I go up in the air, and then I come back down and just smack. I smack the ground, and Mike's coming right behind me at full speed, right behind me. He stopped right behind me, and it was so fun. And then the second time I almost died that day. So I'm sitting, there's four of us, right? Adam and Mike are in the front. Tito and myself are in the back. So Tito is sitting behind Adam, the driver. I'm sitting behind Mike in the passenger seat. So I asked Mike before we get in the car, I was like, "Dude, are you tired? Are you going to be able to stay awake? Because if you're going to stay awake, you can stay in the front seat. If you're tired, you can sit in the back seat. I'll stay awake." He's like, "Nah, man, I'm good. I could stay awake." So all of a sudden we're driving, and I kid you not, I open my eyes. I see we're in the wrong lane. A car is coming straight at us. And then you swerve out at the last second. And everybody in the car wakes up at this time. I'm like, "Adam, what happened?" You're like, "I don't remember." Like, "You don't remember what happened?" Like, "No." Like, "All right, pull over. Everybody get out, stretch, get coffee." Yeah, we almost died that day.
And I still honestly don't remember what happened. Also, like, same with you. I opened my also like I remember like, it's like it was like this weird pause where it's like I'm driving and all of a sudden like it was like a bad edit clip where like it's like all of a sudden like cut scene, wrong lane, car in front of me. I'm like, oh.
Oh gosh, like that was so like. That's not the first time. We have so many stories like that, and that's not the first time where, your driving's gotten us into some trouble. But it's good times, man.
And it won't be the last time either. So
won't be the last time. If you ever travel with Adam internationally, make sure that he drives somewhere in like a huge van with a lot of people. The more people in the automobile, the better. But make sure Adam's driving, and you'll have the time of your life.
And make sure I try to park in a parking garage, because parking garages are my worst enemy.
They really are. They really are. Oh man, that brings so many memories back. So many memories.
Yep.
Good times.
But that will be for another episode, another day.
Yeah. International Adam. That's what we'll call it. Adam's International Driving. We need Tito and Mike on here for that one.
And I will temporarily call this the TGE Quarantine Chronicles now.
All right.
It's Quarantine Chronicles
Yeah.
because, you know, we're quarantining.
Yeah. And I definitely can't wait for the next time. I'll be on the next episode if you'll have me as a guest, of course.
I
Yes, of
absolutely
course.
will have you as a guest because you're a fantastic guest.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome. And for that, we are going to sign
Alrighty,
out.
well.
This is the TGE Quarantine Chronicles with Mr. Pat Patterson and your host, AV.
Hey, I'd like to give a quick shout out and hello. I'd like to give a quick shout out and hello to Tofu, one of my good buddies, Tofu916 on Instagram. He is a fantastic editor. I work with him on The Perfect Dozen, so I want to give a shout out to Tofu. Check his work out. It's TOFU916, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. And check out theperfectdozen.com too.
Tofu, you're still dead to me, but I hope you're doing well, buddy. Hit me up. Instagram. I'm going to have a lot of content coming out too because I didn't really post a whole lot last year. So I got a lot of stuff from the past years of travel that I haven't posted. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, yada, yada, yada. Globetrotting Extraordinaire is what it's called. This is TGE Travel Chronicles / Quarantine Chronicles. Over and out. Till next time, guys.
Over and
See
out.
ya.
See ya.